Hello, everyone, and welcome to Lords of the Thorn right here on twitch.tv/The Empath Theater. Brand new actual play. Yay! Let's go around
Yay.
and meet the amazing cast right down there below me, starting to my that way, Crystal.
Hello, people. My name is Crystal Fier. You can find me at Crystal underscore, or no underscore. I got rid of the underscore. It's just Crystal Fier, pretty much everywhere. I am playing Sarissa Sióg, the changeling sorceress.
All right, and to my next over that way-ish, Krys.
Chris. I'm Chris Lopez. I'm also known as Chaos Chris on most everything. I am playing the half-elf bard, Dante.
All right, and then to my farthest over that way, Lori.
Hi, my name is Lori, aka Calamity Jane. You can find me online almost everywhere at calamity_JAYN. And I am playing your variant tiefling, Cavi Inimicos.
We start off in Faerun, and most of it is covered in rot. The thought to be dead and forgotten god Moander has risen once again. His avatar, the Abomination, is slowly moving towards the Sword Coast. Everything in its path crumbles. Even snow is just white, gray ash on the ground. It is taking over. It is winning. It is such a threat that even the Lady of Pain has closed all the doors in and out. Heroes are trapped wherever they're at and cannot come back through. You cannot leave. And if you can deal with this threat, maybe they'll reopen. But right now, it could devour all of Toril. And so, with that in mind, we come down into a forest, and there's a wagon train running on a trail, delivering supplies up towards Waterdeep, when suddenly a rot troll bursts through the tree line and smashes against one of the cart. As first, we see Sarissa coming through. Please, Crystal, please describe your character and what they are doing to this rot troll.
Sarissa is she's a 5'7" changeling who's dressed all in basically Victorian mourning wear, all blacks and dark blues, and her hair is bundled up on top of her head. And normally it would be white, but it's been black for a while now, as are her eyes. And she sees this rock troll, and she's like, fine, sure. Let's deal with this now. So she's going to, I don't know, deal with it.
So
I have no idea.
Then, let's go on to, you're seeing Sarissa come up. The troll is backing away. Maybe it's slightly freaked out by your eyes. And then, coming through the wood, screaming in rage, is Cavi, our barbarian. Lori, describe your character, please.
Sure. Thundering up through the woods is a 6'4", sort of ombre tiefling. She goes from shades of lavender to light violet with kind of a magenta hair, horns that are kind of gray ashen, and she has a beautiful ornate headband going around her forehead and horns as her wings kind of flap behind her like a cloak. And she brandishes this like giant longsword. It's like, I thought you were coming from the other side. She's just going to like jump towards the troll.
All right. So as that's happening, Krys, Dante comes through the woods, and as you do that, you hear this weird squelching sound below you. As you realize you're stepping on these weird maggot-like creatures, but you do see a rot troll, and It's all kind of fuzzy right now, but you're coming out of the woods, and there's squelching, and there's a rot troll.
So as the rot troll is like running like past, and I see this like massive creature also attacking the rot troll, I just go, huh. And a vine just undersweeps me and drags me with the rot troll. And so I'm just now being dragged along the ground. But what's being dragged, what appears to be a very well-kempt half-elf in just what appears to be a good set of clothing, though now covered in maggots. And just being dragged. I'm just going, "Ah!" as I'm being dragged by this rot troll.
Just for some bookkeeping, because I'm already enraged, I rolled a 4 on the wild magic table, which means that my longsword is infused with light. Its damage changes to force, and it gains the light and thrown properties to 20 feet.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yep. And it returns to my hand if I throw it.
All right.
20-60 range.
This caravan carrying supplies, it's going towards Waterdeep. They're just kind of there, and so the rot troll's back flies into it as it's trying to avoid these 3 people coming at it from various angles. Sarissa, you are up first.
I think I'm going to, right out of the gate, she is not in the mood for this, so she is going to cast Cause Fear. That is a wisdom save, and it has to be 17.
That's a solid 4 on my end. So what happens?
She looks at this thing, and her gaze is just pure, unadulterated, not in the mood. And the target becomes frightened until the spell ends.
Okay, so frightened of you. Got it.
Yes.
All right. It will not try to approach you in any way.
Cool.
And it backs away a little bit from you, kind of bumping into more of the caravan. You know, a horse kind of gets bothered. All right, Cavi.
All right, you said there's some vines that are now pulling a screaming bard towards me.
Yeah.
Can I turn and try to cut him free from the vines?
Yeah.
All right. I'll bring my force longsword down, see if I can cut this guy loose. For the vine, for the first hit, how does a 14 sound?
Sounds good to me.
Okay. What's 1d10? I guess force damage? Oh, sorry. It's 1 + 3 for 4. Oopsies. Let's embarrassingly try that again. Just keep spinning and bring it down for a second try.
Great start, everybody.
Yeah, 24 to hit. That's a little better.
Yeah.
There we go. And that would be 8 force.
All right. So chopping through the vines.
Yeah. Don't worry, little buddy. I'll get you out.
Anything else?
No, I have used my 2 actions. That's all I have for now. I guess I could offer a handout in case he gets pulled away more. So he can grab me.
Well, the rot troll has kind of 2 targets it can go after currently. Because it can't get near Sarissa, and it is going to approach the 2 of you, since Cavi and Dante are relatively close proximity to each other, and it is going to... Oh, it's going to try to bite you, Cavi.
All right.
Its giant
That's
rotting
mean.
teeth.
Rude.
It's not the first time.
Yeah. 17 to hit.
Oh, I don't have my shield up.
All right. So you are taking, let's see here, 8 piercing.
Okay.
And 11 necrotic.
Yikes. Okay. So
Ouch.
8 halved to 4, and then 11 untouched. And I will use my reaction to magic surge at him.
All right.
Like, oh, you made a mistake. and just kind of like open myself up to the magic and see what happens now.
Excellent.
Oh, yay! It's an 8. A bolt of light shoots from your chest. It's the Iron Man one. I love it. Another creature of your choice that you can see within 30 feet of you must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or take 1d6 radiant damage and be blinded until the start of your next turn. Until my rage ends, I can use this effect once on each of my turns. It's a bonus action.
All right. Well, rot trolls are fairly hardy, so you got a 25 on its Constitution check.
Oh, well, okay, fine. Fine. So it comes out of her tummy. She looks so excited. Then nothing happens. She's just like, oh.
Does anything happen? Damage or?
No, I don't think so. I think it's a save or suck.
Okay. So anything else?
Look at the bard. This rarely ever happens.
Me on my back covered in maggots.
Let's hear. Dante, while you're on the ground, it's going to do its 2 claws swipes at you with advantage because you are prone.
Oh, that's vicious.
Yeah. So let's see here. A 21 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
And a 26 to hit.
Oh, definitely that hits.
All right.
DPK first episode?
So that's 12 points of slashing damage, plus 11 points of necrotic damage for the first hit.
All right.
And then the second hit is another 11 damage, slashing, and another 3 necrotic.
Oh, wow. That's up and down on that necrotic.
Yeah. And it is your turn.
All right. As it swings its claws down to me.
I'm sorry. It gets to do a thing at the end of its turn. Since Cavi and Dante aren't in it, it has a rancid degeneration effect. It's like an aura, and you both take. You both take a whole 2 necrotic damage.
Okay.
Oh, knocks me out of my triple digits. That's upsetting.
Triple digits.
Now, Dante.
All right. After I just be like, ow, and then just feeling this caustic air, just you know what? I'm just gonna stab him, and I draw my rapier, and I'm going to take.
Right.
You know what?
Do you get up? Or
I do get up. Yeah.
Okay.
I get up. So I stand. I use half my movement to stand, and then I'm going to shout Ignis, and my blade is going to just ignite onto fire as the flame tongue rapier is on there.
Excellent.
And I'm going to take 2 attacks against it.
Okay.
The first one is a 16.
16 is exactly what you need.
Okay. And wait, is it on a hit? Let me make sure this is, because I know I can add flourishes. I always forget if it's on a hit. If an attack hits, I can use one of the following. Okay, so yeah, I'm also going to use a defensive flourish.
Okay.
So I'm going to add, so I have 2d6, a d8, and a d10 to this damage. Where is the d8? I've lost the d8. There's the d8. Okay. So he takes 8 points of fire damage.
Okay.
And let's see. The d8 and the d10. 14 points of piercing damage from the rapier.
Ooh, nice. All right.
And I also gain 6 to my AC because of that defensive flourish. And I'm going to do my second attack.
Okay.
So 1. it misses. A maggot just goes down my shirt, and as I go to swing, I'm like,
Some of the rock kind of falls off in there.
Falls off of there. Like, what is in my shirt? That's my bonus action, and yeah, I will stay put.
So that's that. There's still these little grubs kind of, I don't know, grubbing around. I don't know what grubs do, what you call them.
They get eaten by lizards.
Yeah, and they're just kind of getting over your shoes and things and trying to crawl up into your boots and go down into your socks and things. But we're back to the Sarissa. This troll is not approaching you in any way.
Well, she's still not loving that it's attacking other people, so she's going to go ahead and cast Witch Bolt.
Excellent. Do the thing.
Do the thing. 15.
15 is a miss. Anything
Yeah.
else?
No, that's about all she's got.
All right. Back to Cavi.
Hey,
Cavi, this thing
what?
just tore into your newfound friend, possibly, who knows, and just raked into him. Of course, he did, quite a stunning move back, but
yeah. It was very impressive. Almost didn't notice the miss, but I also had a pretty bad miss, so we're just gonna ignore it. I will kind of like fluff my wings out and be like, "Hey, tall, dark, and slothing. I'm up, eyes up here," and like take a couple of hits at him.
excellent.
That's pretty good. That's 25.
Oh, yeah, that's a hit.
Wow, we're just doing baby damage here, but that's okay. It's a 6 now magical slashing damage. You said 16 is the number we need. 16 is what I hit.
Yep.
And another 6 magical slash.
All right.
Because I have the slasher feat. If it does try to move, its movement is reduced by 10 feet.
Okay.
But I will bonus action try to tummy blast him again to see if I can blind him. Another Constitution save, please.
Okay. Let's do this. Come on, troll.
on,
you
troll.
got a
Natural
14.
1. It fails.
Oh,
It's blind.
Yeah. Throw leaves right in its face. How do you like it? So that's 2 radiant, and it's blinded until the start of my next turn. Hold on. Till my next turn, I think. Let me double check.
okay. So it'll take that damage.
Start of my next turn. Yep.
Okay.
Ah.
So it is thrashing around a bit, trying to find a target. It's going to attempt wild swipes out, and one is going to come at you, but it's going to be at disadvantage. At you, Cavi. Sorry.
Yay.
Roll.
Oh, I forgot to add, because I'm raging, and it does do it automatically, an extra 6 damage on that. Sorry.
Oh, sure. No problem. Extra 6 damage. Okay.
Thank you.
Now it's just kind of swiping wildly while the dirt's in its eyes. It can't see it. It's just going everywhere. So disadvantage. Does it happen to get in a lucky swing? No, it does not. With its first hit,
Yay.
it will try another one. This one's coming towards you, Dante.
Ooh.
Does it hit you? No, that's a spectacular failure. So it kind of goes for it, and its claws get stuck in the side of the cart right now. And Dante, it's your turn. So
Hi, Dante,
with its
seeing-
claws stuck in it and it's blinded, you definitely have advantage if you try to hit it.
Ooh. Oh, that's. But I want to cast polymorph.
You can do that too.
I'm going to cast polymorph, and I'm just going to look at this creature that's just emitting light from her chest. I'm just like, blinded by the light, just another sheep in the middle of the night, and I'm gonna cast polymorph. It has to beat a 15 wisdom save.
Wisdom save. All right. Come on, Rotchel. I got a 2.
I got a sheep, and I polymorph it into a sheep.
So this Rotchel now shrinks down. This was a large creature at one time, but now it's a sheep and just bah.
All right, it'll be that way for an hour,
Looks at
I
you.
think. And I pull like more maggots out of my chest. That's. I think that's all I'm going to do. Yeah, that's it.
All right. So at this point, this has effectively stopped combat, as the rot troll is now a sheep. There are some people coming out assessing any wagon damage that was done, and you get some thank yous, and one person comes up to you and goes, thank you. We weren't. Would you mind? I know this might not be the best use of your time, but we could really use some help if anything like that comes to us going to Waterdeep, where we need to resupply, because we got to resupply at Waterdeep, and then we got to go back out to send supplies to who needs them, because as you know, farm fields are, well, rot, and people don't have a lot of food right now.
I thought rot was good for the farm. You use it as fertilizer all the time.
Not when nothing can grow in it.
This is true.
Well, but what about the sheep? It's not going to be a sheep for very long.
No, not as long as I've well, as long as I'm thinking about it, he'll be a sheep. Once I stop thinking about him being a sheep, he'll turn back into whatever that thing was. I'm not taking off my boots and like pulling maggots out of them.
So are you leaving the sheep where it is on this trail to fend for itself? Are you putting it back in the woods? What are you doing with the sheep? Or are you just moving on with the caravan?
I am bloody. Despite my gear looking perfectly pristine, you can see just like blood kind of like coming right around my neck.
Oh dear.
I'm getting away from the sheep.
All right.
That's fair.
I don't want to be, unless we want to, if we think we can haul it off a cliff. Is there any cliffs nearby? I don't know.
Not really, no.
How tall are the trees?
Yeah, the trees you came out of, they're, 30 feet high.
So the little. Did it look very injured before it became a sheep?
No.
Hmm.
I don't think dropping it from a tree. Maybe if we dropped a tree on it. I didn't even honestly think that would work.
No.
Maybe
Oh.
we tie it to a tree?
We can leave oats out for it, though. That's my question.
No. It's only a sheep for an hour.
But you might be hungry in that hour.
I don't care. They're just stomping on maggots around. It's going to hurt people in an hour and 5 minutes.
You're right. I do see the problem in my logic there.
Does anyone have like a bear trap we could put near the sheep so when it becomes again, maybe it'll step in the trap and get stuck?
Well, we have to make sure that he can't step into the trap while a sheep, because
Rope.
that form is a bit, rope is good. Rope, yeah.
Yeah.
But how many bear traps do we need? There are 8 directions in general.
I mean, I suppose if we just tie its limbs together, it should be fine.
This is the daunting task that you weren't expecting was, what are we going to do? Roll now that it's a sheep.
Okay.
I have caused more problems than I have solved.
Weird idea. What if we make the sheep a temporary piñata in the tree and hang it above the trap, so when it becomes big, it just automatically falls down onto the trap?
Just thinking,
because it's going to burst out of the rope. It is.
Do we have a bear trap though?
Yeah.
I don't have a bear trap.
You don't have a bear trap.
I don't have a bear trap.
I don't have a bear trap.
Supposing that we have a bear trap. If you have a bear trap, I'm more than willing to let you set it up above this
Someone
sheep.
comes up to a cart and goes, "Here, you need a trap."
Thank you. See?
Yeah.
They know how
Thank
to traps.
Thank you, mildly convenient caravaner.
You're welcome. Mildly convenience is my name, after all. No, really, it's my name. It's weird.
I would like to truss the sheep up so that it's like kind of like like feeties hanging down out of the rope and suspended from a branch in a tree.
Excellent. So you're able to do that. It's kind of swaying in the breeze, so you hear a bah.
Doppler effect sheep.
As it's swinging, I look at a boop its snoot and be like, "You very naughty," and then I put the bear trap down.
Amazing. All right. So you have a couple. If you I take it you're deciding to go with the caravan. And you have a couple days travel, so if you want to talk to each other or anything like that as you're going, you have time to do that. Otherwise, we just kind of fast forward into Waterdeep.
Yeah, the first day I'm going to introduce myself. I'm like, hello, I'm Dante. Nice to meet you all. You're very fitting for this world.
Pleasure. I'm Sarissa.
About a day later, Cavi's just like, I could fly. Like, kind of flown and dropped it. I was like, oh, Cavi at Inimicos. You can call me Cavi. Could fly. She's just like mad. Shoot. How many times I get to drop a sheep, man?
And
I'm sure there'll be other.
We can find sheep. Those are easier to find. Well,
Yeah, but not an evil sheep.
I also haven't seen sheep in a while.
Yeah.
How strange.
Yeah.
Anyways,
and so as you're traveling, and the rot that has affected, as you're bringing up, haven't seen sheep in a while, you do realize that it's affecting wildlife and everything. You don't hear as many birds or as many sounds anymore in the world in general. It's just quieter. There aren't as many trees for the wind to rustle through. And on one of these nights, on your way back, or on your way towards Waterdeep, there's a rustling in Sarissa's bag, and out pops a little doll, kind of Raggedy Ann, no hands, just sort of gloves, painted on smile, painted eyes that do not blink, look at you. Reaches in the bag and climbs in, struggles, pulls out a little bowl and a spoon, taps the bowl once, cereal goes in, taps it again, milk goes in, and though it can't move its mouth, it seems to be eating the cereal. It pulls it up to its mouth, and the cereal vanishes.
that entire time I had a rapier drawn. Like the moment the doll was looking at me, I'm just like,
No. This is S3. She's an old friend.
your doll eats cereal.
Well, she's not really a doll.
What is she?
That's a fantastic question. One I never fully got an answer to, but I just know she's not actually a doll.
When she's done with this bowl of cereal, she puts it down. She kind of hobbles over you to Dante, and she kind of takes a bow, comes back up.
That's disconcerting. But I
You'll
will
get used to
I stow my rapier. I don't know that if you do.
I certainly have.
And then she puts her bowl back in the bag and hops back in it when you're ready to go in the morning and pulls the cover up over herself.
Does it bite?
Only people she doesn't like.
Doesn't have a mouth. How does it bite?
That's what I'm asking.
I mean,
That's even more concerning. I'll wake up and find that in my satchel, and I'm going to be very upset.
oh no, she likes you.
Mhm.
I don't know if that's a good thing, but I will take you at your word.
Yeah. Doesn't share cereal. Probably bites. Just kind of turns and walks away.
Oh, she'll share if you ask.
Oh, I'm not asking. She can have her cereal.
Magic cereal. Interesting. You think you see it all?
You think?
All right. Is there anything else you want to talk about or do before we enter Waterdeep?
I will ask on the second or third day. I guess it'd be the third day on last travel. Goes, all right, how long has this been going on? And I just kind of just point to the general rot.
The general everything. That's a fantastic question. Would Sarissa remember when it started?
So in the beginning, not quite known, but the big event when the Abomination comes out has been going on for almost a year.
She will relate that.
A year.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, I just kind of like poke at like a stack of magnets as we're or maggots as we're like walking by.
Yeah, you're
Maggots. How do they work?
you hear
Drop
the
them in water
wagon
and they go
wheels, squelching a bunch of them as it goes on and as you travel. And
But most of us would have been here this entire time, right?
yeah,
Hmm. Yeah.
so it's a bit odd, but yeah.
But the creatures are probably less frequent as the rot.
hmm
Okay. A year's a long time for no crops.
Indeed.
Places had just enough supplies to go on maybe 6-7 months before they really needed to start asking for help. I mean, some places needed food before then, but it was manageable. And within the last month or two, even large cities like Waterdeep are having trouble getting needed supplies to the places they need to go.
I don't know if this is answerable or will have an effect at all, but I think because this is over many days, every once in a while, Cavi will kind of walk away from the camp and just use her magical awareness.
Okay.
As an action, you open your awareness to the presence of concentrated magic. Until the end of your next turn, you know the location of any spell or magic item within 60 feet. If it isn't behind total cover, when you sense a spell, you learn what school of magic it belongs to. I think what she's doing is trying to determine if there's any trace of a threat or like something that could like lead her to an epicenter for this. And just sort of feeling how the weave is doing.
Okay. The weave itself is okay. What's happening is the Abomination, which is now to your east, and it's like expanding westward across the Sword Coast and a lot of other places in Faerun that you may not have ever been. But the Abomination itself is definitely a thing, not necessarily all that far away from you. It's still going to take a while. It's a slow-moving thing. And when the rot happens, like, it itself is a magical thing, but the rot is, once stuff's rotted, it's just rot. It's just dead matter.
Someone will have to do something about that. But I guess we'll find out more in Waterdeep. It's pretty involved.
Yeah. I
What
was actually
exactly
heading back
is?
there.
Ooh, dude, then you could answer my question. What exactly is Waterdeep? I keep hearing word of it in some of my travels, but I
It's
don't
a
think
very
I've ever
large
been there.
city.
All right. How big?
About as large of a city as you'll see on the Sword Coast.
Bigger than Baldur's Gate. Wait, Baldur's Gate's on Sword Coast, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm not sure she would know that.
But from descriptions, you get the idea it is. Yes.
Because I might know some folks in Waterdeep. Would I have any knowledge that I could convey of the city?
Yes, if you had known something of Waterdeep or have visited Waterdeep before, you can any general knowledge of Waterdeep you can mention. Like the wards and how things are set up and the Griffin Riders, all that.
Yeah, they're very law orientated. I'm assuming even in this time of rot.
Oh yeah, especially
I was
Laryl
going to say
Silverhand
probably
has
even more
things
so
locked down
now.
pretty good.
Yeah. Okay. I wasn't sure if I had to do a history check and you could like give us a cool summary, but I don't specifically remember Waterdeep super well. Other than is there still an open lord and like the masked lords of Waterdeep now?
Yes, there are
here?
still masked lords, and there is a couple that are referred to as open lords. So for those just joining us and haven't had D&D before, Waterdeep being a very large city, it's composed of multiple wards, and they each have their own kind of specialty thing. There's the trade ward, the north ward, the castle ward. There's the city of the dead, which is their graveyard. And there's tons of festivals that go on during Waterdeep. If you're looking for an item, it's there. And Waterdeep is run by, Laurel Silverhand is basically the head person above it all. And Waterdeep also has the Blackstaff Tower, and the current Blackstaff is Vajra. and she basically runs the school of magic in there. There's a temple to every single god. There, you'll find anything you're looking for. You're going to find in Waterdeep, and Waterdeep is run by kind of a council, if you will, of masked lords. And when they gather, they all have masks on. No one knows who they are. There are a couple people who are open lords where everyone knows they are part of the masked lords of Waterdeep.
As
And
Cavi like relays that, I'm just like sitting there like as a child, just like listening, smile, just fraud.
Yeah. I think she recites it too, as if it's like just route memorized like knowledge. Just like these are the like if you opened up a pamphlet of Waterdeep, this is what it would say, and that's what she says.
It's the the Universal Studios pamphlet. Yeah.
Yeah. She does like a little map, like you would be here.
yeah, you may even have one of Volo's pamphlets that he's written for Waterdeep and can just hand it.
Save you some time.
I'm writing that down in my inventory.
Star map of Waterdeep.
Yep.
So if you go into the Krys, if you actually want to read what you would know of Waterdeep, if you go into Waterdeep Dragon Heist and read this section called Volo's Enchiridion or something like that, that would be all the general information that everyone knows about Waterdeep.
All right, that's what would be on the pamphlet that I would learn just now. Gotcha.
Yep. Everything in that section of the book you would have access to. So does everybody else, but yeah. Because these pamphlets are everywhere once you enter Waterdeep. They're just, people just hand them to you.
All right, I'm okay zooming forward. I don't have any more.
All right. You make it into Waterdeep, and you're at one of the southern entrances. You come on through, and it's just massive city. Way off in the distance, you see one of the things Waterdeep is famous for, the walking statues, which are these 40, 50-foot tall statues of various people and things that at one point moved and walked, and no one knows how they worked. No one knows when they will move again. But they seem to have rested, and they have been resting in these positions long enough where people have built houses inside some of them and around them. But it's just, there's activity everywhere.
Mm.
It's massive and sprawling. You see different colored flags representing different wards as you travel by. And this particular caravan is going somewhere called Mears Shipping to get its resupply. And so they're going through town, and everyone is looking scared. Because the Abomination hasn't yet reached Waterdeep, but they all know nothing stopped it. You hear whispers of we have dragons. Why haven't they been able to stop it? We've heard of these great heroes. Where are they? And people don't, while they are in Waterdeep, are relatively fed and okay, and they're still the less fortunate and everything like that. But this is probably one of the safest places you can be right now in the Sword Coast. But everyone knows that eventually it's coming, and nothing has been able to stop it.
And I'm just like a tourist. I'm just like pointing at the pamphlet. Like, ooh, it says that the statues come to life and they defend the city? That's fascinating.
They used to.
They say that one is broken.
They're all broken.
Are they all broken? I look up.
Well, not moving.
Not all of them are broken. Some have some damage just over time, but some just kind of had partial hollow bits anyway, and people could just move in and create. One has basically an apartment building inside.
Can Cavi touch one and do her basically detect magic just to see if there's any like sparks still in them?
You're not really getting anything. There's some faint thing, but that could be residual magic from just about anything and anyone nearby. But
Yeah.
it's really faint,
Okay.
as if it's
Um,
not woken, and just.
Everyone seems worried.
Well, yeah. Just point to the east.
I just like look at the east. I'm just like looking like for something.
Coming eventually. Like you can deny it, I guess, for a while, but
Yes, eventually the westward expansion of rot will touch the shore.
Well, someone should stop that. And I'm sitting there like looking at the pamphlet and going through like different notes.
And Dante, as you are wandering through Wanderdeep, you have you're not sure what it is, but something in your mind flickers a bit, and you get this feeling of warmth, of fire, but that's it.
Feel warm.
Mm.
Feel comfort here for some reason.
Waterdeep
nice.
is home to a lot of people.
And
Or you're
here,
dehydrated. You just kind of pat you on the back and hand you water.
That might be true. Where's my? I like look around for my flask and I open it up and I go, does this look bad to you? And I show Cavi, and there's maggots inside the flask now. I'm just like, I thought I got rid of all of them. And I just like start shaking it.
I wouldn't.
Yeah. They say they're good protein, but I don't believe it.
I mean, they can be. The fact that they came from something so horrific, I wouldn't recommend it.
And I'm
Is there a
sorry. Now I'm
fountain
just
nearby?
looking. I was looking for a fountain.
All right, yeah,
Important quest.
there's plenty of fountains, and depending on your travels, it may have been a while since you've smelled like fresh bread being baked and muffins and other baked goods and like cooked food, and you're seeing cabbages and things like that again for maybe the first time in a while. There's green, but it's not the weird sickly green and brown that you've been seeing, and colors here are still vibrant.
Are
You
there
see Sarissa
cranberry
just
muffins?
kind of look around sadly.
Cranberry muffins?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Cavi
There's
does like
plenty.
her feet kind of come up and down in like a happy little dance. Like there's cranberries.
I come
Can
back
I
with like
have
3 loaves of bread.
cranberries?
I'm like, this stuff is really good.
You take advantage of her fire resistance, get like a cranberry muffin right out of the oven.
Excellent. Love it.
Nice.
The best kind of cook. You don't even need an oven mitt.
So good.
So someone's
sort of
very
like-
impressed with you reaching in, and they offer you a job as a baker if you want, because you can just reach right in there and test the doneness without having to pull anything out.
I'm kind of doing something right now. Or maybe later.
They give you a card.
Thank you. Put it in a little sack.
And so you're going through, and you head into the dock ward, and you approach a large wooden sign that says Mirror's Warehouse and Emporium. And all the carts sort of pull in around back. And a gentleman, well-dressed, steps out and goes, "Oh, hey! The guy, sorry, I can't remember his name, tells me you helped out. Good on you. Good job, all of you.
I thought his name was Convenient.
Plus, I don't know who that is."
Just
I
someone in the
stare in
train.
confusion. Yeah.
I'm
Well,
Gavin.
just good
This
timing.
is my place. Doing what I can to help people or whatever, things like that. So if you want to, you can, follow the other wagons back out, wherever they're going. That'll be maybe a day or two while we load up and things. I think it's a day or two. I don't actually remember. But whatever. Apparently, I'm doing good for people somewhere.
What do you do?
Oh, I
Besides
run.
caravanning, besides
I
caravanning.
run this, and he just kind of points to everywhere.
Just now, I just like take like the idea of like, what were they hauling? Did we see what they were hauling, or were they empty caravans?
They were empty. They were coming back
Okay.
from a place to come here to resupply.
Okay, so they were just like a completely empty coming to resupply.
Yeah. There's like, there's a little damage to that one cart, but since you saved them, we're not going to charge you for it. So, good on you. Thanks.
That was a big sheep.
So charge
Okay.
us?
Hang on. How much damage?
You know, enough to charge someone for it. And we understand that this creature, or I understand that this creature came out and, you're kind of chasing it, and it ran into my caravan. So, it did cause a little damage.
Is it small enough that I could cast mending?
Actually, yes, it is.
I can do that. She's just gonna do that.
Like, oh, hey, that's great. Thanks. That saves paperwork. I hate doing paperwork.
I understand that.
In fact, most of this, I don't have any paperwork for it. It just comes in and I let it go. It's great, honestly. I just sit and collect it. It's fantastic.
Oh. But we did something good. for
Yeah, you did.
And
Good job.
you were going to charge us money.
Yeah.
No, he specifically wasn't going to charge us because we did something good.
I think what Cavi is saying that we did something better than good, and we should actually get something in return for it.
I don't
We'll
know.
still do that.
Take that up with one of the patrol guys. Maybe they can lead you to where Good Samaritan things get rewarded.
Isn't it
I'm
your
not one of
caravan?
those people. But what's that?
Isn't it your caravan?
Yes.
Do you make money?
Well, yeah, or I wouldn't be in business.
Okay. So without me and these nice people, you would have less money? Because the wagon would be gone?
Right, and good on you. Thank you. We appreciate it.
You say you handle in different things. How are you with sheep? I know of one sheep that still exists. I hadn't seen a single one the entire over here, but I know of one that still was there on the caravan. And y'all just went right by it. It's a rare find.
And he pauses and clearly doesn't know how to answer this question. And it's just like, look, I really don't know what to tell you.
I'm asking you, how much would you pay for a sheep? I can go and get this sheep.
I don't know, like 5 silver? I don't know. How much do we get for sheep?
So your
He
life
just
is only
calls out
worth
to someone
5
behind him.
silver, and I'm like writing that down. Like the life worth 5 silver in the pamphlet now.
I'm sure somebody back there that I shouted to knows the answer. I don't. I just make sure stuff in and out. You know, I'm doing good here.
Yeah. I worry that you mistake me speaking slowly for being stupid. What I'm
No?
asking is for recompense for saving these people. Just like a little, because times are hard everywhere, and I like muffins.
I can give you a job, and there's a upfront salary thing.
I will look at my 2 compatriots.
I have on good authority that you could pay us twice your upfront because we made sure that your caravan got here.
Roll a deception check.
Ooh, good. All right. First deception check of the roll. All right. That is a 7 on the dice. So that means it's a, hold on. I am not on my stats. Deception. So that's a 18. And she fixed your card.
Yeah, all right. We can give you a little bonus. You did get them here fine. So we can give you the upfront bonus of normally it's because it's so dangerous out. Pay is higher anyway. So instead of the normal 20 gold, we'll be willing to give you each 30 gold upfront if you want to work and get the other caravans out here in a day or two or whenever they tell me they're ready. I don't know.
More fetch quests. Sure.
I'm available. I
Excellent.
freelance.
I would like to go on this caravan just to find out where you're delivering things.
All right. Yeah, this one's going where's this one going? Someone will get back to me later. I'll probably know in a day or two when we get done. But yeah, for that, we have he goes just a second. He goes back into the building. You hear some rustling. Comes back out. Here's some vouchers. You can stay at wherever you want, really. Just present these to whoever's keeping wherever you choose to stay. It's fine. It's like a special program we have here in Waterdeep because people like me are helping the greater good, I think.
That is very nice. I like that. People should work together.
Great.
I concur.
Yes.
You seem vaguely sketchy, but I approve for now.
I'm told my portrait is rather dashing.
Sketchy adjacent, then?
Yeah. Well drafted, I guess.
Excellent. So yeah, with that, Waterdeep is sort of yours for the going places.
Okay. Sarissa hasn't been back to Waterdeep in several years.
Mm-hmm.
So she is going to, I think the first thing she's going to do is she's going to go to Blackstaff Tower
Okay.
and just see how things are managing there.
Yeah. All right. So you go to Blackstaff Tower, and it's much like you remember it, as not much has changed. The rot hasn't hit here yet. It is far more busier. There's far more people being trained. There's more activity here, but the basic layout and everything has stayed since you've last been here. And
Okay.
while you're here, you do hear some whispers of that the dragon staff, or I'm sorry, that the dragon staff once held by Dragon Oranax is missing, and this allowed Oranax to stay within Waterdeep as a dragon, because normally dragon comes in and it can't touch Waterdeep because there is
Right.
a long ago placed spell that protects Waterdeep from dragons, and the dragon staff would essentially cancel that, and it did. But the dragon staff of Agranon is missing. On top of that, no one has heard from Oranax, the gold dragon that held the dragon staff, in quite some time. Also, the Tower of Agranon, where this protection from the dragon spell was cast and kind of exists and radiates out from, was somehow broken into, and it looks like people came in, took some things, and from what they can tell, were possibly studying this magic to make the to create this dragon ward elsewhere.
Wow.
And you're getting all this because, 1, you're level 10, 2, magic, you've been to the tower before, so.
Yeah. Sarissa had actually, she'd had an invite to study at the tower for a while and had just never gotten around to it.
But yeah, so you get a little more of the news of what's going on behind the scenes here than normal.
Okay.
While you are there, Dante, what are you doing?
Dante has made his way to the trades ward
Okay.
because I believe you gave us 500 gold to start.
Yep.
And I'm going to go through the different jewelers and see if I can find a diamond worth 500 gold.
Yes,
what is
you
money
can.
in my pocket if I don't spend it?
Exactly. So yeah, there is a diamond worth 500 gold.
I will say that. I said, here are your 500 dragons, sir, and I will take that.
They're like, oh, hey, you actually knew the term for that we use for gold around here. Thanks.
Oh, my friend gave me this, and I hold up the pamphlet that's like
Oh,
now got
yeah.
like a bunch of different notes just written across it.
Right.
I wanted to make sure I was well informed when we arrived.
Yes. Well, if you want any more, we got a lot of deals here. I got some. Look, I got a deal going. I'll tell you. Come closer.
I'll lean forward. Yeah.
Yeah. So I got this deal going with some were rats, you see, and they bring me all sorts of jewels and things. And so if you're looking for something really special, come back and see me. I'll get you some good prices.
Where do they get these things?
Well, look, I don't ask. There it is. And you shouldn't either.
Then I didn't ask that. You get these things from a very reputable place, and I will take you at your word. But thank you for the
Yes.
diamond. And if I do have any more particulars, I will keep you in mind. What was your name, good sir?
Well, as you can see, the sign above the door is Mr. Shine's Jewelry, and I'm Mr. Shine. I mean, that's not my name, but I kind of like it. It's fun.
Mr. Shine. And people call me Dante, so
All right.
I will be in touch if I need such a specimen as this. And I hold up the diamond.
Excellent. Tell your friends. Don't actually tell your friends. Tell your friends.
I tell Cavi and Sarissa whenever I meet them again.
Cavi, while Sarissa is out and Dante is buying his diamond, what would you like to do?
I think for the first little bit, she's really conflicted because her 2 people that she just met have both split and gone different ways. So I think she's going to follow Sarissa for the first little bit and just make sure that Sarissa's okay. And then she goes into someplace important. It's like, oh, I don't know. That's going to be a lot of fancy people. It's not really my style. And just turn and go back to look for like magic shops. See if she can get an upgrade to her shield.
Right. Yeah, you're in Waterdeep. You can get an upgrade to your shield, sure.
Yeah. Just walk into a store and put her shield on the table and be like, I need this, but better.
But better, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Got 100 gold on you?
Maybe.
Well, that's what I'll take for better.
What makes it better?
Well, I can. He basically explains to you, so I don't have to find words for it, but in mechanical terms, he can give you either he can give you a +1 shield, or if you want to attune to something and can wait a little longer, he can have it enchanted, and you could get yourself an animated shield.
Animated shield. Oh, is that the one that makes the faces?
No. Do you want a face on it? I'll draw a face on it.
Currently suffering from a cold. Sorry, I mute every once in a while. Oh, a hands-free shield.
Yes.
Oh yes. How much is it?
100 gold.
She's like so happily takes that out. Like,
Worth.
100 dragons.
Yep.
Floaty shield. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, gonna love it. I have just enough thinking for one more thing.
All right. Anything else you want?
No, I think I'm all right. She's just gonna try to track down, I guess, Dante, since he was headed to the trade district, but she has no idea where.
All right. And back to Sarissa. Is there any other business you wanted to do here?
The last thing that she's going to do is she's going to take her horse, Morning Glory, and drop him off at a groomer.
Okay.
Basically, get her looking a little better. She's a little worse for wear.
We can say you've had your horse stabled here for a while, and you just want to get it groomed now that you're back and can take care of these things. Where would you like to go? You know the most famous inn and bar here is the Yawning Portal, run by one Durnan. Or there is tons of other places to go. If you're looking to have a specific hotel experience, you can probably find it.
I'm assuming we're all like convened together once again.
Yeah, eventually you
Does
kind
Alaska
of
go-
run into each other through comedy of errors, and you tip over a cabbage cart, and you hear, "My cabbages!"
My
from
cabbages.
somebody.
Just
I'll say, there's a few places here that I saw on the trades ward. There's this inn called the Yawning Portal, which seems pretty prominent in this pamphlet. It says there's a massive hole in it. I don't see how that's a great place to drink.
oh, it's wonderful.
You go see
I'm-
it and find out.
Now I'm curious.
Hmm.
I say we
There's
stay
a guardrail
there.
around it, mostly.
Mostly
Mostly.
Hopefully it's
guardrail.
tall enough that nobody just jumps over it.
Mostly.
That's very disconcerting.
It's very exciting. I don't know what you're talking about.
You're going to fall into a hole that apparently
Jump into
says
a
leads
hole.
to.
Jump.
Not a lot of notes on that. Jump into a hole. You're right. We're not falling. We're jumping, which is just falling with style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of us
Exactly.
don't have wings.
Yeah. Well,
I feel like we're at a
What, you-
disadvantage in this.
You mean
I
you
could-
can't cast fly?
I don't think I can.
Oh.
I could probably carry you. And just she kind of like pokes at his shoulder a little bit.
Oh yeah, I'm like very not solid at all.
Mm.
Deft, but not big.
Can I pick him up?
Yeah.
I don't fight it.
Just like a test, like scoop.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to hover like a little bit off the ground. Woof, woof.
Yeah.
As long as you don't drop me in water, we'll be fine. I weigh twice as much as this wet.
Twice as much. I can handle it. I'll just gently set him back down.
Excellent. So to the Yawning Portal.
Please.
Yeah.
All right. You go into the Yawning Portal, and this place is packed. There are 3 stories of people drinking and eating, and in the middle is this well.
Hmm.
And there seems to be some sort of pulley system and things where people can be lowered into it. You notice that there are rooms for rent here, and there's a guy behind the bar.
Sarissa's going to walk up and get a drink.
All right, gets you a drink.
Something strong.
Oh yeah, no
I'm
problem.
gonna walk over to the just like the railway and look down, and I've got 60 feet of dark vision if it's not lit, but I want to see
Uh-huh.
if I can even see a bottom.
No, it's further than 60 feet down. You see it all in dark vision, shades of gray, and you're looking down that 60 feet, and it's down more than that. But you don't see a bottom. You just see
darkness.
the well going down. Yeah.
Right in his ear. Awesome.
It's like, yeah, I'm thinking she's gonna like shove me off.
Someone comes up to you,
Enough for today.
looking to go down into the maze, hey? It's a great place. You can
There's
find
a
all sorts of
maze
treasures
down
if
there.
you live. Maybe. It's ever changing. It keeps moving around. You can go down. You can find stuff everywhere. Just everywhere. Look, I found this glass eye. And he holds out this huge glass eye of who knows. And he's like, I found this down there. I don't know what it does or if it's doing anything right now. You feel any different?
Can I? I'll do my magical awareness to see if it's magical.
It isn't. It's just
Like,
this weirdly
oh.
big glass eye.
I totally feel it stirring into my soul.
Yeah,
I will
see?
say.
Told you it
If you
did
want to know
something.
exactly what it is, I know a nice little dirge that will let you know exactly what it is.
Oh boy.
Cost you a silver though, or a drink, whichever one you want to pick.
Excellent. I'll get you a drink.
And I will spend the next 10 minutes casting Identify on it.
Mildly panic looked on Cavi's face. It's like,
This isn't so much an eye as it's a jewel, and it's not really made of glass. It's just very shiny. And yeah, it apparently belonged in a very large statue of a famous lord that just kind of got buried under there. And there's tales of this person and, heroic journeys and all that stuff. But for whatever reason, however it happened, this large statue got confused and mixed up into the maze that is underneath the yawning portal.
As he comes back with a drink, and I go, so you do know what you have here?
It's worth 700 gold.
This is the eye of a masked lord. Or at least the statue of one. Apparently, if you put it back into its statue, the statue will give you even greater rewards.
Really? Huh.
Yes. Do I need to roll for deception?
No. Well, okay. Yeah, let's roll for deception.
Very much bullshitting through.
And
just gonna like Antiques Roadshow. Ooh. Like,
yeah.
That's a 9, so dirty 20.
Yeah,
No.
so he's totally in the story. Oh, I gotta get a party together. We need to go down. And he runs off. And he's like, untold riches, my friends. Follow me.
Just like that, like 3 people the same shape and size just go up and follow it.
Well done.
Wow. Cool maze is so tempting, but topside has way more problems.
That was the most hopeful person I've seen all day.
Yeah.
Yeah. While you say that, roll me an insight check.
Who, me?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
While you say it's the most hopeful person you've seen all day.
Well, for sure, I've seen Mr. Shine.
Right.
Let's see. I don't think I have proficiency in insight, but I do have bonuses. So that is a 14.
14. Okay. He's clearly doing this to hide, to like stamp down the feelings of the rot and everything coming near him. And this, like risking his life to go down here to find more riches just seems like the better option.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Hopefully he finds something even greater.
Yeah.
As they like descend down, I'm just like, no.
Yeah, just looking down the big hole.
Yeah. It's a long way down.
I would like to go to the bar.
Okay. Go to the bar. There's the owner, Durnan, at the bar. Like, yeah.
Howdy.
Hi.
Okay. 2 questions.
Maybe
Number
answers.
1. Do you have a room? And I put the thingy on the table.
Yep.
Excellent. Question number 2. What is the lowdown on that Gavin Mears guy?
Most people don't trust him. But for whatever reason, he's helping out. Maybe, I don't know, maybe he has some weird long game, but he's never really been that great at his job. But he seems to be doing okay, and supplies are getting to where they need to be, so he's kind of getting a free pass right now. But things go back to normal. He's probably going out of business.
I knew it. Okay. Thank you. Any other tidbits? I'm kind of new to Waterdeep.
Yeah, that I figured, and that's why I thought I'd better warn you about Cavan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shouldn't really get mixed up with him if you can help it. No,
Oh.
just people trying to not think about what's coming.
Is there
Thing.
really anything being done?
He looks at you, and he's kind of noticing, your weaponry and things like that. He's like, would you potentially want to help with that?
Yeah,
think
I
we
don't
would.
want to rot.
All right. Tell you what. Come back here and sit at that table. And he points to a table over there about 6 bells. You got about 4 hours. So it's about 2 bells in. Go over there and sit there and wait, and I'll have someone come meet you. Is it just you? Anyone else?
I'll look over my shoulder.
Sarissa's sitting just a few seats down at the bar.
All right.
She'll
So
look
2,
over at Darnan and, hey, Darnan.
2.
And that one over there.
She
3.
points at me, and I'm
Okay.
singing a song. I'm like, "This little light of mine, and I've got the mug that the guy brought me, and I'm
Uh-huh.
casting light on it, and
Nice.
I'm just throwing it into the onion part of it.
Roll a performance check.
Ooh, things I'm good at. Oh, that's a 5 though.
28.
28. No, performance. That's only a 10.
10. So you get a couple copper for this performance.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Like suddenly I'm just like, I'm using like the other coppers to like just kind of like also just like this little light of mine, and just like throw it in the back and like looking through the portal as it just like goes down. I'm like, no, why?
Sarissa, do you share any of the information with that you learned at the tower with your newly found friends?
Yes.
Okay. So you can all should I go over that again for anybody?
I would do once more just as just like a checklist of what Dernan has put us onto, and then what Sarissa has said.
Okay. So Sarissa has said that there was a gold dragon called Oranax who at one point protected a vault, but that has long since been emptied and that been taken care of. And he had something called the Dragon Staff of Agranon. And Agranon was this well-known wizard who, during the very ancient days of Waterdeep as a city, I mean, this place has been around, this area has been around forever, right? But since Waterdeep has been a thing, he cast a spell. And it's a mighty spell, and it protects the entire of Waterdeep from dragon attack. The staff that he had kind of canceled that effect out, so he could live down in this and guard this this treasure hoard that used to be here. And it protected him so he could go back, but no one's seen Oranax, and the last time he was seen, it was outside the city, and he didn't have the dragon staff with him. Because sometimes he usually looks like a dwarf, and always is carrying the staff. But this time his dwarf form appeared, didn't have the staff, and he went off. And then also in the Tower of Agranon, someone got through the defenses that were built up. People aren't supposed to be able to get into it. In fact, if you get too close, you probably get zapped. But somehow, people got in. They took some things, and they're down where this actual ward is that protects the city from dragon attacks. Looks like there was activity, like maybe they were studying it or something, and they have since departed with whatever treasure they found and whatever knowledge they gained.
You think that ward could be used against the Abomination? It works on dragons.
No dragon has been able to touch the Abomination so far.
You need a lot of power, time, and study to attune a spell like that to something completely different. Not that it's impossible, but I don't think it's probable.
But Sarissa says that they also stole information where the wards were.
Yeah.
And woods on the street and everywhere else I've heard the dragons haven't been able to affect the Abomination. I think the dragons are in cahoots with the Abomination.
Can I intelligence check that? Does it track?
So you're level 10. You've heard of dragons. You know there's good dragons, evil dragons. Good dragons aren't suddenly going to go, hey, you know what? This thing of rot that's destroying everything in my homeland sounds pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So it's doubtful. Not that it can't happen, but not that allegiances can't flip, but
Maybe whomever, these people could be unrelated, but maybe whomever took this stuff, they are vulnerable to dragons, and they are the ones calling the shots for this Abomination. So I think
That's
that
a much better theory.
But who is it?
That would be the first thing to find.
Yeah.
Like Charlie Day now, just red tape everywhere.
All right. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. First step would be sitting at that table Darden pointed out, right? And see what that person has to say, and then see A, if it's relevant to missing dragon stuff, and B, who we need to see if it isn't.
I suppose we should drop our stuff off in the room first.
Okay. And do you each get your own room then and go over to the table? You have time to do anything else you would want to do in Waterdeep. If there's some item you want, this is the time to say you're going to shop for it. If there's anything extra
I've got
you need,
my diamond.
all right.
Sarissa looks at you. You have a diamond.
I have a diamond.
Why?
I have an inkling that a song that I know could actually be helpful. But what I know of it is I need a diamond for it.
You know how to cast resurrection.
I don't think it's that.
Or something along those lines.
Something along that. I did encounter a fellow while I was traveling without you all, and I came upon him after he was attacked by what appeared to be several corpse-like wolves. He was alive as I arrived, but the wolves didn't allow me any time to actually assist him, and by the time I got to his body, he was dead. But when I sang my song, nothing happened. So I've done a little research since then, and most necromantic magics require gems. This one in particular requires a diamond. If it's the spell that I think it is. Yes, you do infer that he does know Ray's dead.
Okay.
If there is nothing else you want to do, time
No,
will
I think-
pass. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. Sorry, Cavi, I think we're all getting our own separate room, not one room. Is that right?
Yeah.
I'm okay with separate
And
rooms.
they would they'd all be right next to each other. But
Yeah.
Cavi's going to go and sit by a table near that table
Uh-huh.
and take out this book. And it's like a super worn book. She probably reads it a lot. And it's a book just about Mistra.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just kind of sitting there reading. Just about midway through.
All right.
When Dante comes out of his room, he's no longer in that kind of overcoat finery, but now just a plain kind of white t-shirt with tan trousers. Just casual.
Cavi, are you purposely waiting a table over? for a while,
Yeah, I
or
think
eventually you go join the appointed table?
as it gets close to that time, she's sort of curious if anyone comes there before or if people will avoid it in general.
It's a few hours before, so some people come, they sit there, they take their drinks, they have a couple people have a meal, they go, but it's relatively untouched, and now it's nearing time for you to be at the table. But it isn't. It gets regular use. The person, the barmaid gets
business.
tipped.
Okay. Yeah, she'll sort of get up and like stretch and then put the book away and just go round and sit in the next chair.
Okay.
It's about an hour before we're supposed to be there. Sarissa would have come down and sat with her back to the wall if she can, just to keep an eye on everything.
About an hour before, I go directly to that table.
Okay. Yeah, you can arrange the chairs where a couple of you can have your backs to the wall, and then one could be looking at the doorway, and then you could place the other chair, at the other side, so they have to look at all of you, and
Yeah.
at least two of you will have a wall behind you.
I'm sat where I can see the portal, like I'm watching it as if it's going to sneak up on me.
Okay.
Cavi will take a danger seat. It's fine.
Yeah. You occasionally see people go up, and they pay Durnan some money, and he lowers them down in this kind of elevator thing, and lowers them down, and then they go on, and then he brings it back up, and while you're here, you also hear someone shouting, to lower down the elevator, and lowers it down, brings up a group of people that seem they need, some medical attention and things like that, and they've been rather hurt.
That man is running a racket.
And so as you sit around the table with your drinks and everything, and you consider what business Durnan is actually in, at least Dante does, the door opens up, and you see a short, older gentleman. He has small brown hair, a brown beard. He has rounded spectacles that he wears, and he just kind of looks over and looks around the room. He walks over to your table, pulls up the empty chair, sits down. Hi. Glad to meet y'all. I'm Barnabas Blastwind. Oh, Sarissa, hello.
Hello, Barnabas.
If you don't know, I'm, for lack of better terms, I'm in charge of security now, part of the Royal Order of Magus and Protectors.
Well done.
And we watch over the city. I've been doing this job for years. And Durnan says you might be interested in helping us out. I don't know if you've heard or if you know about Agranon's Tower.
I heard.
Or all of you, do I need to repeat any of that?
No, Sarissa
I
filled
let
us
them
in.
know.
Oh, excellent. Okay, you don't have to do any of that. Excellent. Okay. So it takes time to kind of adjust his glasses again. We, as in the city of Waterdeep, need some help here. And what we need is for people to go into the Tower of Agranon. And we have a list of what's there, but things can be rather dangerous, and truthfully, there's a lot going on, and we just need extra hands to go in. We'll give you a list. So tell us what's been taken. The taking of items happened rather recently. We have reason to believe that The activity going on has been going on for a while, and we don't even know how they've been getting in. But it wasn't until about a month ago we noticed that there was actually things missing.
Hmm.
Now, the Tower of Agrenon still has a lot of weird things in it. It's a dangerous place to go. Well, I'll give you a pass. If you accept to do this, I'll give you a pass. He'll take you in. You won't be horribly zapped or mutilated or otherwise harmed going into it.
Nice.
Don't lose this pass, because otherwise, you'll get zapped. There's just no way around that. There's Agrenon was so powerful that we can only temporarily disable things that he set up.
Wow.
These passes only get you in. They do not let you avoid any traps or anything else that might be in there.
Good to know.
Hmm.
If you would like to do that, by all means, we can take care of this now. And in the morning, if you want to just head over there, no one's going to stop you. There's some patrols. If they do, just show them the badge I'm going to give you. You'll be fine.
When was my shield supposed to be ready?
For the sake of exciting having shield, it'll be ready tomorrow morning.
Awesome.
Perfect.
That worked out.
Convenient.
He has a part-time job over there.
Yeah. Pick up my shield, go to the tower.
For
Not
some
get
reason,
zapped in the
moderately
face.
convenient walks in and goes, "You're welcome," and walks back out.
Thank you, kind sir.
I will agree to that. As long as I don't have to go down there. I point towards the yawning portal.
Oh no, who knows what's going on down there anymore?
See, a
Especially
man
with
of
the rot,
sense.
how long it goes down, we don't know. And listen, there's, you know of the Abomination. Has anyone said the word Moander to any of you?
No.
No.
No. Yes.
So, yes,
Maybe.
maybe.
Do I? Have I?
You've been out in the wild for a time, so you investigate things. So sure,
I've heard it, but I don't really know a lot about it.
yeah. All right, so there's this god of rot, thought long dead. However it happened, he's come back, and his avatar, the Abomination, is just this massive pile of rot that you've been hearing about going through, causing rot, and and the more rot it consumes, that power transfers to Moander. The more powerful Moander becomes. Anyway, there was a bit of this that I don't know if you'll run into this. However, I want you to be prepared for this. I understand, because going through this is incredibly dangerous, and if you continue on, this could mean your lives. Whether you win the day or not, it could mean your lives. There's a rumor that at one point, when Moander was defeated, Loth, one of the drow goddesses, the evil drow goddess, there's another one, I think, that, not all drow evil things, but those that follow Loth, believed that Loth took some of the power Moander had and claimed it for her own. So you may run into drow. Now, they possibly won't be friendly. Maybe they will. I don't know. You'll have to find out. But don't be surprised if you see weird, spidery people coming at you and things like that. That could happen, okay?
Mhm. Yes.
All right. I think that's all I can tell you right now. I'm sorry I don't have more.
That's all right.
Just know, even if you go through Eggerhorn's tower and come back out, and if you decide to continue on this, you'll be leaving Waterdeep. And, you very well could lose your life along the way.
Well, that wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah, well, this one could be permanent.
What?
From the sounds of it, our lives may be in danger if we do nothing.
That's true, too.
So, while I'm not one to throw myself into a chasm, I do see the value of spending one's life trying to live. So I'm, for one, am up for going to this tower
All right, look.
and assisting afterwards.
Yeah. Right now, all we want you to do is go into the tower. That's all you need to do.
If we encounter anybody in there, are we authorized to use lethal force, or do you want us to get
There
somebody
shouldn't
you
be
could talk
anyone
to?
in there.
But if
If there is, they are not
Yeah.
authorized to be in there.
hmm.
But
Anything
can we
you need to
use
do,
sheeple
you can
force?
do. Sheep? What?
Sheeple force, yes. Have you not heard of that?
I don't know what that is. No.
Oh,
I think if I showed you here, I would get in trouble.
If this involves magic, you can't be casting spells in Waterdeep. That's one of the rules. When, like out in the open type things. When you're in Agron's
Which is why I said it.
tower,
And I show him the pamphlet that I've got.
Yeah.
That's just this is no magic just written across it.
Oh, good. Yeah, you got that. All right, so go to the tower. Whatever you encounter inside, however you need to deal with it, deal with it. Here's a list of things that we think are gone. Just verify this, and we can assess the threat level from there. And if you can make it through, go down to the bottom, check out the ward. We maybe some more experienced eyes on it would help.
Okay. This is like an above ground yawning portal.
Yep.
See, now I don't like the way you said that.
Layers.
Layers.
like onions.
If you invert
I like
the yawning
that
portal, you get
comparison.
Agron's tower. No, that's not true at all. But just for those keeping track of lore,
Yeah.
though it could be in my version.
It's a convenient teleportation circle from one to the other.
Yeah, and so you have accepted a quest
Woo!
to go into Agron's tower. And as we zoom out, as we go and look across the land to where the abomination has spread rot and disease and has won, the abomination, after a few weeks of not moving, advances once again into a woods, to a forested area, ancient and old. And as the rot begins to spread and the trees go down, this place, this water, the life in it, the fish come up, already rotting away, the water evaporating, and the entire place rattles, even here in Waterdeep, even as far away as the abomination is, rattles with the sounds of screams from long ago. And that's where we'll end today. Our first episode.
No.
It moves.
It moves.
It moves. So, thank you all so much for being here on our very first episode. Yay!
Yay.
We'll be back.
We immediately split the party.
Immediately
Yeah.
split
Yep.
the party.
Nobody
we will be
died.
back.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. Everything's fine. There's
I
nothing
was
to
only
worry
below
about.
half health for a little while. It was okay.
Yeah. So we will be back next Monday, and for the next lots of Mondays, right here at 7 p.m. Eastern, right here
Yes.
on the Amphitheater. Let me let's go around and have our cast introduce themselves while I pull up some notes here. So let's start with, let's go reverse overlay order this time. So to my, that very far that way, Lori.
Hey, everybody. My name is Lori, aka Calamity Jane. You can find me on Twitter or X as Calamity_JAYN, as well as on Discord and Instagram. Yeah, and you can find me here on the Amphitheater on Mondays.
All right. And to my sort of down that way, Krys.
Yep, still the filling in the Oreo. I am Krys. I am Chaos Krys on most things. That's KRYS, not CHRIS, which is very convenient for me. But I will be here every Monday on the Amphitheater, and you can find me on Twitter if you wish to, or X, whatever it's called.
X Twitter.
Yeah.
That place.
Former Twitter.
And then to my that way, Crystal.
Hello, people. My name is Crystal Fier. You can find me at Crystal Fier everywhere on the internet. Yeah, I will be here every Monday, and then I will probably be in chat during other shows on this particular channel. So come hang out.
All right. I suppose that leaves me. Hey, I'm DC. I've been your DM for today. You can find me just about everywhere under DC Lasair. That's DC Lesair. I stream on my own Twitch channels, man, words, Monday through Fridays, 12 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. And then I play video games on Fridays. I do a Tech Friday show where I talk about tech and things like that. If you are going to GaryCon later in March, I will have a producer panel at GaryCon. So when you can get your tickets for that, please look for my panel. It'll be great. I'll post it on my Twitter things and Blue Skies and whatever other socials I might have at the time. So it'll be there. Look up. Please come to my panel. Say hello. I'd love to meet you. I want to give a huge shout out to the Amphitheater for having us on. Duval, Philadelphia, thank you so much for giving us the space to tell this story.
Yes.
I also want to thank Maddie for our brilliant overlay and the intro that you all saw. That was all Maddie. So Maddie Games, brilliant person. He does a lot of stuff on his channel. Please check it out. And all of our character art that you saw in the intro and that you see in the portrait frames here was done by Lynn, which is at Gremlin Art, GREM Lynn Art. Please follow them. Brilliant artist again. And the intro music you heard during the intro was provided by Alex Zavesa, and that is also his Twitter handle. So please check out all those people. We could not have done this without any of them all working together. This took a while to put together, and
Yeah.
thank you, Duval, for his patience with me in getting everything up and running. I appreciate it so much. So thank you, Lori, Krys, and Crystal for being here. If you are interested in supporting the show, hey, this channel here, the Amphitheater, they have a Ko-Fi. You can
They do.
You can donate to it, and they have a Discord if you want to talk about any of the programming, including this show here, which I highly recommend coming in and saying hi to us because we're pretty cool. And also, there is, let me type these in chat. Let's see here. I believe it's Discord. And there is an Amphitheater merch store. You can go there, use the code EMPATHY for 10% off at sonerdware.com/the Amphitheater. And that wraps it up for us this week. Thank you once again all for being here. And yes, at some point we will have
Duval. That would be awesome.
Lords of the Thorn merch in there. So look forward to that. If you're enjoying the show, let us know what kind of things you'd like to see. If you want to see, the Sheeple Army or some sort of sheep shirt or Mr. Shine merch, as Philadelphia just pointed out. let us know, and we'll see what we can do about getting it up there for your
Sheep Force
purchase.
5.
Sheep Force 5.
There you go.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love
and,
it.
You know, something about where rats. We can continue that plot thread as well. And so thank you so much for being here. Please enjoy the rest of your Monday. Thanks for taking the time to spend with us. And we will see you all later. All right. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.